You've probably heard all those expert-approved health tips your whole life. Eat breakfast every day, drink 8 glasses of water, low-fat foods are the healthiest. But what if I told you most of that was never about your health? It was about money? For decades, powerful U.S. corporations have shaped what we eat, drink, and believe, using billions of dollars in marketing, rigged studies, and catchy slogans to sell us sickness disguised as wellness. So buckle up, because today we're exposing the 33 biggest health lies ever told by corporate America. And trust me, number 30 will change the way you look at your grocery store forever. But before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos. 1. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. This lie was literally cooked up in a marketing meeting at Kellogg's in the early 1900s. John Harvey Kellogg, a doctor and businessman, wanted to sell more cereal, and he needed a reason for people to eat it every morning. So his company funded studies that declared breakfast essential for health and productivity. Newspapers ran the slogan, and within decades, Americans couldn't imagine starting their day without cereal or toast. But modern science shows skipping breakfast can actually improve insulin sensitivity and aid in weight control. Intermittent fasting isn't starvation, it's biology at work. The only thing you're starving is Kellogg's profit margins. 2. Low-fat foods are good for you. In the 1980s, fat became the villain, not because it was unhealthy, but because the sugar industry paid scientists to shift blame away from sugar and onto fat. Food corporations flooded shelves with low-fat yogurt, cookies, and salad dressings, which were secretly packed with sugar and refined carbs. The result? The obesity epidemic exploded. Real fats, like olive oil, avocados, and nuts, are vital for hormone balance and brain function. But thanks to decades of manipulation, people still fear fat more than they fear processed sugar. 3. Sugar gives you energy. It sure does, for about 15 minutes. Then your blood sugar crashes and you're hungrier than before. In the 1970s, soda companies funded research that claimed sugar was a quick energy source for active people. Commercials showed athletes chugging sodas and smiling like they just ran a marathon. In reality, sugar contributes to fatty liver, insulin resistance, and brain fog. That energy boost is just your body panicking under a flood of glucose. It's not energy, it's chaos. 4. Diet soda helps you lose weight. Diet sodas were marketed as the guilt-free miracle. All the taste, none of the calories. But studies later showed artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose can trick your brain into craving real sugar, disrupting your metabolism and gut bacteria. Ironically, diet soda drinkers often gain more weight than regular soda drinkers. The brain can't be fooled. It wants real nourishment, not chemical illusion. 5. Smoking is safe if you choose the right brand. In the 1950s, cigarette ads featured doctors smiling and saying, "More doctors smoke Camels than any other brand." They literally wore lab coats in the commercials. Tobacco companies used fake medical research to convince Americans cigarettes were safe, even beneficial for digestion and stress relief. It took decades and millions of deaths before the truth came out. And by then, smoking had become a global habit that's still killing millions today. All thanks to one of the biggest health lies in history. 6. Margarine is healthier than butter. Butter was demonized for its saturated fat, so food companies pushed margarine, a cheap industrial product made from hydrogenated vegetable oils. They called it heart-healthy. In truth, those trans fats are linked to inflammation, clogged arteries, and heart disease. Ironically, real butter, especially from grass-fed cows, contains beneficial nutrients like CLA and vitamin K2. But that didn't matter to corporations who made billions off a fake substitute that almost destroyed our hearts. 7. Corn syrup is the same as sugar. When Americans began rejecting sugar, the corn industry launched a PR campaign for high fructose corn syrup, claiming it was nutritionally identical to sugar. But HFCS is far worse. It overloads the liver, causing fat buildup and insulin resistance. It's now found in nearly every processed food: bread, ketchup, sauces, even healthy granola bars. And guess who funded the studies claiming HFCS was harmless? The corn industry itself. 8. You need dairy for strong bones. The Got Milk campaign was a marketing masterpiece, convincing millions that milk equals calcium and calcium equals strong bones. But research from Harvard and the WHO shows countries with the highest milk consumption actually have the highest rates of osteoporosis. Milk also contains hormones and antibiotics that can disrupt human health. Calcium can easily be found in leafy greens, almonds, and seeds, but the dairy lobby won't tell you that. 9. Processed meat is a great source of protein. Yes, it's protein, but it's also loaded with preservatives, nitrates, and sodium. Hot dogs, sausages, and bacon were advertised as all-American family foods. But in 2015, the World Health Organization classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen in the same category as tobacco. That's right, the all-American breakfast is a cancer risk on a plate. 10. Cereal is a healthy breakfast. Those cartoon-covered boxes are sugar bombs, with vitamins sprinkled in as decoration. Many cereals contain more sugar than a donut, yet they're sold as whole grain goodness. The FDA allows cereal companies to label products heart healthy if they meet certain criteria, even if they spike your blood sugar to the moon. Breakfast isn't the problem, it's what you're eating for breakfast that's slowly killing your energy. 11. Vegetable oils are heart healthy. Canola, soybean, corn, sunflower, all pushed as modern health miracles. But these oils are highly processed and oxidize easily, creating free radicals that inflame the body. They're cheap to produce, so they're everywhere, in chips, salad dressings, and even baby food. Yet they promote chronic inflammation, a root cause of arthritis, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. 12. Vitamin water keeps you healthy. Coca-Cola marketed vitamin water as a health drink, when in reality, each bottle contains up to 32 grams of sugar. They sprinkled in a few vitamins, the kind your body easily excretes, and sold it as a wellness revolution. The company was even sued for false advertising. If you want vitamins, eat fruit. If you want hydration, drink actual water. Simple. 13. Calories in, calories out. This is one of the most damaging oversimplifications in nutrition. Big diet companies pushed the idea that weight loss is all about math, burn more calories than you eat. But it ignores metabolism, hormones, insulin sensitivity, and food quality. 200 calories of soda affects your body nothing like 200 calories of salmon. The calorie myth made people blame themselves instead of realizing the food system was engineered to keep them addicted. 14. Supplements are as good as real food. They promise you can replace whole foods with pills and powders, but most supplements use synthetic vitamins that your body doesn't absorb well. Real food contains complex compounds that work together, something no capsule can replicate. In other words, your body recognizes an orange. It doesn't recognize a factory-made vitamin C. 15. The FDA protects consumers from harmful products. It sounds comforting, but in reality, the FDA is heavily influenced by corporate lobbyists. Many FDA officials eventually take high-paying jobs at the very companies they were meant to regulate. Dozens of drugs and food additives have been approved, only to later be banned after causing harm. The phrase FDA approved doesn't mean safe. It often means profitable. 16. Red meat causes heart disease. In the 1960s, studies linking red meat to heart disease were funded by the sugar industry to shift blame. Recent research shows unprocessed red meat, especially from grass-fed sources, isn't harmful in moderation. The real danger comes from processed meats and refined carbs. The truth? It's not the steak. It's the soda next to it. 17. You must drink 8 glasses of water a day. No scientific study supports this exact number. It likely came from a 1945 government guideline that was misunderstood. It actually included all fluids and water in food. Hydration depends on activity level, weather, and diet. Eating fruits, soups, and veggies already contributes to water intake. You don't need to drown yourself in H2O. Listen to your body, not a slogan. 18. Fluoride is completely safe. Fluoride can help prevent cavities, yes. But mass water fluoridation began as a corporate waste disposal tactic from aluminum and fertilizer industries. Excess fluoride exposure is linked to thyroid problems and potential neurotoxicity in children. Yet toothpaste ads still treat it like holy water. Moderation matters, not blind trust. 19. Fast food can be part of a balanced diet. Fast food companies sponsor nutritionists and dietitians to promote balanced meals featuring burgers and fries. But these meals are engineered with salt, fat, and sugar ratios designed to addict you. They trigger dopamine spikes, the same pleasure response as certain drugs. It's not food anymore, it's chemistry dressed as dinner. 20. Juice cleanses detox your body. Your body already has detox organs, the liver and kidneys. Yet juice companies sell $80 a day cleanses that starve you and flood your blood with sugar. They promise to flush out toxins, but they never name what toxins. Because there aren't any. You might lose water weight, but not fat, and definitely not toxins. 21. Pharmaceuticals always fix the root cause. Most medications manage symptoms, not causes. Big Pharma's business model thrives on repeat customers. It's more profitable for you to take pills forever than to get cured once. That's why diseases of lifestyle, obesity, heart disease, depression, are managed, not solved. Because healthy people don't make billion-dollar profits. 22. Hand sanitizer is better than soap. During the pandemic, sanitizer became a religion. But most contain toxic chemicals like triclosan and synthetic fragrances that can disrupt hormones. Overusing them kills good bacteria that protect your skin and immune system. Regular soap and water are still more effective and far safer. 23. Gluten-free equals healthy. Gluten-free products often replace wheat with refined starches, gums, and sugar to mimic texture. Unless you have celiac disease, gluten isn't the issue, ultra-processed food is. Gluten-free junk food is still junk food. The label just makes it expensive. 24. Energy drinks give you power. They give you wings. Until you crash. These drinks flood your system with caffeine and sugar, spiking your heart rate and blood pressure. Over time, they can damage your heart and sleep cycle. They don't give energy, they borrow it from your future. 25. Alcohol in moderation is good for you. The wine is good for your heart myth came from industry-funded studies that exaggerated benefits of antioxidants like resveratrol. Modern studies now show no safe level of alcohol. It raises cancer risk and damages the liver. But hey, a glass a day keeps the truth away, right? 26. Painkillers are harmless when prescribed. The opioid crisis proved this a deadly lie. Companies like Big Pharma knowingly downplayed addiction risks and pushed doctors to overprescribe. Their slogan? Pain is the fifth vital sign. It made billions and destroyed millions of lives. 27. Children's snacks are made for kids' health. Walk through a supermarket and you'll see smiling cartoon characters on yogurt, fruit snacks, and juices. But behind those colors lies sugar, dyes, and chemicals. The goal? Hook kids young, create lifelong consumers. It's not nutrition, it's branding disguised as lunch. 28. Sunscreen is always safe. Chemical sunscreens often contain oxybenzone and avobenzone, both endocrine disruptors absorbed into your bloodstream. Yes, protect your skin, but choose mineral-based sunscreens. Ironically, the same companies that make these toxic sunscreens also sell anti-aging creams to fix the damage. 29. Plant-based means healthy. Plant-based used to mean eating fruits and veggies. Now it means ultra-processed soy patties with 30 ingredients. Most fake meats are loaded with seed oils, sodium, and additives to mimic flavor. Real plants don't need ingredient lists. 30. You need detox tea to lose weight. Celebrities sold detox teas that were basically laxatives in disguise. They cause dehydration and short-term weight loss, then rebound weight gain. The only thing they clean out is your wallet. Real detox happens in your liver, not your toilet. 31. Big Food cares about your health. Corporations exist for profit, not wellness. If they cared, they wouldn't fill products with additives, dyes, and sugar, then market them as heart healthy. They don't want you sick enough to die, just sick enough to keep buying. 32. GMO foods are always safe. While GMOs can prevent crop failure, most are designed to tolerate glyphosate, a weed killer linked to cancer. The corporations funding GMO safety research are often the same ones producing them, a massive conflict of interest. Until long-term independent studies are done, skepticism is healthy. 33. We're healthier now than ever before. With all our technology and health awareness, Americans are more overweight, depressed, and medicated than ever. We have more products, apps, and diets than any generation before, and yet we're the least well. The truth? We've mistaken convenience for health. And corporations have profited from every bit of confusion. So there you have it, 33 of the biggest health lies ever told by corporations. Lies that shaped how we eat, live, and think, all in the name of profit. But the good news? You can reclaim your health by questioning everything you've been told. Eat whole foods, move your body, read labels, and above all, think for yourself. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're not done exposing the truth yet.